Regan Slaymaker for Not Just Boxing, and I have the absolute pleasure to be joined by Mr. Two-time IBF Super Featherweight World Champion Joe Cordina. Joe, it's a nice surprise seeing you in London, mate. Nice to see you.
Just popped my head in, obviously support the boys, and to be honest, I had need to have a little chat with Eddie. That's what I come up here for, obviously, and it was great because obviously George and Jimmy's on the bill, so yeah, just show them a little bit of support.
Definitely, mate. As well, obviously, I've got to pry now. I've got to pick up what you've put down as well. Nice little chat with Eddie. Could we see the return of the Welsh Wizard sooner rather than later?
I bloody hope so. I was about to swear then, but I bloody hope so.
You can swear all you want, Joe.
Yeah, no. I'm trying to keep it PG, but yeah, I hope so. Obviously, I've been training. I'm grafting, but I've been ready to fight since August last year. So I've had 2 fights fall through, and then been promised dates left, right, and centre. So I'm just itching to get back in there. I'm seeing all these fights, and I just want to be in a mix.
Definitely. I mean, one fight that I've got to ask about your old. Is it your old division now, super featherweight? Yeah. Your old division, Leeward and CACACE, obviously former opponent. I see you do a few tweets about it as well. What did you make of the fight? And I'm sure, I mean, a rematch with, I don't know how he still makes super featherweight and CACACE, a rematch that you could see at lightweight as well.
Yeah, 100%. When obviously our fight was almost a year next week.
Yeah.
It was the end of this week.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Almost a year. So after the fight, he came into the change rooms. We'll do it again. I said, well, I can't make super feather. It has to be at lightweight. So he said, yeah, no problem. So I just hope he sticks to his word. I give him a chance. I give him the opportunity. He took it. Fair play to him. But I hope he gives me the opportunity now to put that wrong right. But yeah. We'll see.
Definitely as well. I mean, Joe, we've done the reflection piece. I've been asking a few questions about fighters and stuff. Just change the interview up a bit.
Yeah.
First question: do you remember the first time you ever walked into a boxing gym?
Yeah.
What made you stay after that first time?
What made me stay? Because if I went home and said to my dad I didn't want to do it anymore, he'd have called me a shithouse. So. Yeah, I walked in. It was full of travellers. When you're young, it's quite intimidating because they're loud, they're brash, they can all fight as youngsters. And I was 15 at the time. So for me going into the gym and you're full of travellers and they're all brash and they're all on it. I'm like, what's going on here? But yeah, if I went home and told my dad I didn't want to go anymore, he'd be you fucking shit house, you going. So yeah, I remember, briefly.
That's relatively late as well for some boxers, especially some of the traveller community. 14 and 15, that's quite late to get into boxing as well.
Yeah, that's when the first time I went in. I was just keeping fit for boxing, for rugby. But then I started fighting at like 15, 16. So it was quite late to be fair. Within 2 years, I was on Team GB, and my old coach Paul Walmsley was here. Obviously, he's training Jerome.
Jerome Warburton.
Jerome Warburton. The poster was up here, and he was literally by here. But Jerome Warburton, he trains him, and that was my old GB coach.
Wow.
So it was good to see him. I haven't seen him in years.
How do you reflect? Obviously, 2 years later, you were on Team GB. I mean, Olympian. I mean, it's fair to say it went well on that. What's your fondest memory of being on Team GB? That you can say on camera as well.
Qualifying for the Olympic Games.
Yeah.
That was my highlight of my career. I'll be honest. That was one of my favourite moments. It's definitely up there with my top 3. Qualifying for the Olympic Games. Obviously, I won European Championships. I was a top memory as well. But obviously the bunch of boys that I was around growing up in boxing, I was involved in 2 cycles. So I seen like the Callum Smiths, the Carl Yaffais, the Andrew Selbys, the Fred Evans, the Anthony Joshuas, then obviously my law, Josh Buatsi, Joe Joyce, Anthony Fowler. Who else was there? Kez Ashfaq, Galal Yaffai. I've seen it all, and there's load of top fighters that I haven't named, and Lawrence Zaccoli, there's another world champion. So I've been around. Someone tagged me in a photo the other day, Antonio Cunahan. He tagged me in a photo, and in that photo was me, Anthony Joshua, Callum Smith, Cal Yaffai, Charlie Edwards, and there was another one. There was another world champion, Anthony Joshua. That's 6 world champions in one photo.
Yeah.
And that was back in 2011, 2010, 2011. So I've been around a lot of great fighters going through the amateurs.
Definitely, and I mean, surrounding yourself with those guys, and then surrounding yourself in the pro ranks, obviously the likes of Ricky Burns and people like that, and Anthony Joshua once again. I mean, you had such a glittering pro career. It's not even over yet. You're having such a glittering pro career as well. But if I had to ask you one fight that you learnt from the most, what would that be?
My last one.
Okay.
Listen to my body.
Right.
Listen to my body.
Yeah.
He'll never lie to you.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So yeah, for me, I should have listened to my body and knew that my time was done at that weight. But listen, I was advised to stay at that weight. Probably not the best thing for me to do was to listen to these people. And I think if I had my time again in my boxing career, I would have had my father a lot closer to me, because he never wants anything from me. He always wants the best for me, and no one would have been able to take the piss out of me.
Yeah.
So or advise me wrongly. So yeah, 100%. Definitely, I'd have my father around me.
How difficult is it? I think what you were saying there, Lee Selby, obviously fellow Welshman. Lee Selby, kind of the whole story is outside looking in that maybe he stayed at featherweight for too long because the world title was kind of how. See, well, so you probably would have had your father closer to you, but how difficult is that decision? I'm a world champion at this weight. You were number one in the division at that time. How difficult is that decision to move up, vacate your world title, then to keep it? It's a massive catch-22, isn't it?
Yeah, because obviously I'm not dealing with the financial side of things, because now I'm self-managed at this present moment. I got Spencer Brown advising me at this present moment, and so yeah, if I was dealing with my stuff, I'd be able to know, but I wasn't. So it would have been hard for me to try and bring someone else in and deal with it. So yeah, it's like Lee Selby, for instance. He had Tony Budge was his trainer and Chris Sanagal was his manager. So yeah, they done very well for him. But yeah, I wasn't in the position where I am now.
I'll flip that question as well. What's the fight you look back on most fondly? Because I think I know the answer to this question. I might know it.
Yeah.
I'll let you say it. But yeah, what's the fight that you look back on and go, I did that. Obviously
the Ogawa. For me to win a world title in that fashion in my hometown, nothing really beats it. If the venue changed to the Millennium Stadium or the Cardiff City Stadium, then obviously that would top it, but nothing tops that. It's it's unbelievable. I was watching it back the other day.
I'm so glad you watched that back, because that moment is unbelievable.
I get tagged in it at least once a day.
Yeah.
So I watched it back, full fight, even the build-up and everything, and I wish I could go back and relive it and embrace it a lot more. I think where my emotions were running high, in a sense of I was just happy and I was buzzing that everything I've worked for and that I set out to do, I achieved. So for me it was a brilliant moment, great moment for my family to see everything that I've worked for, sacrificed, paid off.
Definitely as well. I mean, I think I've still got the video of me filming the TV of that fight, because it was before I got into boxing media.
Even I can't believe you wasn't there, bro, I'll be honest.
I mean,
you missed out.
I mean, how
you missed out.
I mean, but what's mad about this is how I've now grown. So I was watching that fight on TV, and then I was approved for your fight with Rakhimov about a year. That was a real pinch me moment. And by the way, I think I've said this to you on camera. I'm going to say it again. That night, I think not only myself, any impartiality from boxing media left everyone, because when you dropped Rakhimov, oh my god, I think I leaped out. I must say I didn't touch the roof of the motor point in there. But honestly, it was unreal. But yeah, I mean, Joe, I'll finish there because I'm very aware that I think I've kept you for quite a while.
I got to wait for the boss man anyway.
I was going to say he's got a couple more to do, but final one. Me and you, we're going to do this interview in a year's time. What has Joe Cordina achieved between now and next year?
I'll become a 3-weight world champion, 2-weight world champion, 3-time world champion. Yeah, that's what. And all in all, in my amateur career, European champion, Olympian, Commonwealth medalist. Yeah, 180 odd amateur fights, so many pro fights. And won 3 world titles in 2 different weight divisions.
He's got more titles than you could shake a stick at, and he's one of the best fighters this country, the home nation's ever produced. Joe Cordina.
Thank you very much.
Always a pleasure,
Regan,
mate.
Pleasure, mate.
Thank you very much. Cheers, mate.
God bless.